Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Infinitum Day 2 session Scope of Foreign Languages and Extracurricular Activities by Guncha Babbar for Humanities, classes 11th and 12th. I, Shilpi Mukherjee, on behalf of Mrs. Reena Rajpal, DLDAV Model School, Shalimar Bagh, welcome you, Guncha, and we are very fortunate to have you here today. So, dear students, I would like to introduce Guncha Babbar with you all. She is school alumni and she did her UGC, JRF, Research Scholar, Anthropologist, University of Delhi. I've just forgot to tell you about the batch of alumni. She was from batch 2012. Her research experiences are research work in areas of cyber anthropology, visual anthropology, media anthropology, public policy, psychological anthropology, power dynamics, dermatoglyphics, serology, somatoscopy, and somatometry. Her educational qualifications are she did her BSc honors in anthropology and MSc anthropology from Hansraj College, University of Delhi from 2012 to 2017. She did her MPhil anthropology in 2017 to 20 from Department of Anthropology, University of Delhi. Diploma in German language from 2019 to 20 from Hansraj College, University of Delhi. She is Senior Diploma in Indian Classical Music, Vocal 2018 from University of Allahabad. And her achievements. She was awarded UGC, NET, JRF Fellowship in 2018, Meritorious Award in BSc Anthropology in 2015. Member of Student Council as class representative and cultural secretary in Anthropological Association from 2012 to 2017. Member of Swaranjali Music Society of Hansraj College 2014 to 15. Now, lots of experience, lots of knowledge, lots of things you have done, lots of degrees you have achieved, Guncha. Great.
Yes, ma'am.
So I welcome you from on behalf of my school. So welcome you, Guncha. Welcome to the session, and over to you now.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for such a warm welcome. And it is always delightful to come back to my alma mater and especially to talk to the young minds of
Yeah.
our future. So I would like to say that Tajahau, Washa Guncha Babbar, Hallo, Guten Tag, zusammen. Mein Name ist Guncha Babbar und heute werde ich an einer Sitzung über die Bedeutung von Fremdsprachen teilnehmen. Today I'll be taking a session on importance of foreign language. So languages inherently have been very important in the development of humans as a society. Languages have been one of the building matters of our society in a way that our cognitive minds would not have developed had language not been developed. We assume archaeologically that languages in the form of noises, as we hear from our primates these times, developed, which further enhanced into melodies, music, imitating the nature's calls, and so on and so forth. Our cognitive abilities, the size of our brains, and us as a whole develop. Now, in these days, evolution is not working so far in biologically. It's very micro level, but we are enhancing and advancing mostly in our social circles, as in social evolution is happening in the current time, and languages are a huge part of it. Uh, Taking in context globalization and how we are completely connected to anyone and everyone at any given time in the whole world, it's important to notice that except for America, North America, or I should specifically say United States of America, the whole world is multilingual or at least bilingual. Take us for an example. We grow up learning two languages at least, English and Hindi in north part, or at least in Delhi, Punjabi in the western region, then eastern region you have Bengali, Odissi with English, and English inherently again is a foreign language. So there has been a lot of development and talks about how foreign languages, apart from English, can help us achieve new advancements, especially in the form of our careers. Have started from evolution and then come onto cognition, and now I'm talking about the career way. So first of all, the foreign languages provide a competitive edge to you. These languages, from most popular to like the foremost popular languages in the world right now are obviously French, which is most sought after in our country. Then it is German, and then Spanish, and these are the big three European languages that we call, that have the most amount of opportunities and are most exploited in our country. And we have a lot of resources to um, have to learn from them, and learn them from many institutes and universities. Now it depends on you how you want to incorporate foreign languages in your life, as a whole career choice, as a hobby, or as a extra edge in your resume, in from which you can take different perks in your professional life. If, as you all are humanities students, you all have the option to go for BA or bachelor's in any of these foreign languages, which are available in majority of universities in our country. DU provides almost all popular languages, also the Eastern languages, which are going popular right now, which are Korean per se because of the K wave, the Korean Hanguk wave that we call, and Japanese because of obviously anime. The pop culture has a lot of influence in learning of languages. So studies abroad is also made very much easier with the help of learning foreign languages. You can directly apply afterwards. In fact, even to learn foreign language abroad, you have opportunities. But so far, people, how students usually utilize this tenet is that whichever field they would go for, per se, if you're going for history honors, political science honors, sociology honors, psychology honors, any of these, uh, you would have an extra edge if you start learning from the first year onwards, pursuing a foreign language from the first year onwards, uh, alongside your degree, because there are many part-time courses, especially if you take admission in DU. There are many part-time courses. I myself did my certificate diploma and advanced diploma from Hansraj College whilst pursuing multiple degrees, so it becomes easier to schedule in your own life. Also gives you a lot of opportunities. You have a lot of edge from the studying perspective itself. And if you talk about the social perspective, it gives you a lot of analytical skills, it enhances your communication skills, and also it has been scientifically proven that you need at least 5 to 7 years to be very native level proficient in any foreign language. And if I be assuming, then most of you people would be 16 or 17. It's the perfect age to start learning a foreign language and assimilating it in your life, because biologically speaking, your brain stops learning new things, or uh, grabbing new things at the age of 25. It becomes very hard to learn new skills, new languages, and requires a lot of extra hard work with the growing age. Especially there are, for I might be going into a lot of biology, but there are a lot of sutures that form from the brain that your skull stops growing in certain areas. So it's the perfect time, as in like the 7 years you have till the age of 25, and the 7 years that is actually required to learn a language to to the native level. So you have a lot of psychological advances as well. You boost your confidence. You also have a lot of mental exercises, as in like switching from one language to another. We already are habitual of switching to Hindi and English at our wills, to a level that it does not even require much exercise for our brains anymore. But when you start learning a new language, a lot of wiring in the brain gets disturbed because it's something new and it's coming as a shock to your brain that, oh, this grammar or this thing works a different way in this language, this thing goes different ways. So, yeah, the positioning of verb, noun, how the syntax is made, all these things you start to compare and contrast, which basically helps your brain grow, and it helps you sharpen your brain as well and makes you smarter. It's scientifically proven that people who speak more than two languages are smarter, and their IQ also gets improved. So it also creates socially positive attitude toward different people. You get to know and learn. When you're learning a language, you're not only learning how to speak a language or how to read a language, you're learning how to understand people. You're learning how to look at people, look at culture. And if you're doing a degree, per se, if anthropology, sociology, or any of these social work related degrees, it is important to connect with people, the society you are studying. If you want to expand your work outside of India, the societies all over the world, we are all global society now. So learning to connect with people is the most important thing in going in the social area, the social work area, the sociology area. In fact, even in psychology area, you cannot be a good psychologist or sociologist if you do not know how to connect with people. And there, a new language, a foreign language, is very important to learn. Is very important how to communicate, how to connect with people, how to understand their culture, their contexts. So it is an improvement of your social skills as well. So then obviously, because you're learning something new, it enhances your listening skills, your memory power, and your, as I said, cultural knowledge. So if we go into professional front, the most sought after languages differ from career to career, from discipline to discipline. Like for sociology or any social science related subjects, it is said that it is important that you could learn research related languages. And research, the prospect of research is most in Germany or European regions. And Germany is the most spoken language in the European region. German is the most spoken language in the European region. So, if you want to study abroad for, say, advanced level of your like postgraduate or PhD level, not just BSc level or BA level per se, it is German would be very useful for you. And if we talk about the fashion side, the mass communication side, and such, it is important that many countries ask for French because, as you know, Paris is the fashion capital of the world. Milan in Spain is also very important, so Spanish comes into work there. It depends on which prospect you want to go after that would help you in advancing your own career. So, how to choose which foreign language to learn is very important. So, there are like list of 10 languages which are completely most popular amongst our Indian culture, Indian population. It's like, as I said, French, then German, then Spanish, that is the European cluster. Then newly formed the Eastern cluster as Japanese, Korean, and Mandarin. Few want to go into international relations. It is up and coming field, up and coming language to learn is Chinese and Japanese. because these languages not many people can learn easily. They require a lot of hard work, and a lot of persistence goes into learning these languages. But if you learn one, the other one comparatively becomes a little easier. In fact, I myself am grinding myself to learn a little bit of Mandarin. I can understand a little bit, speak a little bit, but writing and reading is a whole another matter. So they are the most sought after languages by our government facilities, foreign embassies, because if you look at India-China relations, we are coming to international relations, they're a little disturbed at the moment, and we are in continuous talks with them to for a peaceful cooperation, business wise, trade wise, and policy wise. So a lot of people are needed, especially translators are needed, so that those talks can go smoothly. That is why, and these especially the eastern language translate East Asian language translators earn a lot more than European language translators if you're talking about the earning package. And also job opportunities are also more because there's a lot less competition. As I said, they're difficult to learn. And then the another most popular language is Korean these days, and the most obvious reason is of course K-pop and K-dramas, especially because of lockdown in the last couple of years. The cultural impact of Korean media has increased a lot globe-wise, so a lot of people are interested in learning Korean language, and most importantly to connect with Korean culture instead of just for job opportunities. But if you're learning Korean, you're not just getting the advantage of understanding the K-pop music or K-dramas just for our leisure, but also you get the opportunities to work for amazing big MNCs like LG, Hyundai, POSCO, Lotte, Samsung is from there. So a lot these MNCs are already based in India as well. They have their own centers, they have their own working facilities, and if you go and work with them with having the knowledge of their native languages, it's always a plus point. You get advantage, you get a bigger package, and obviously there are a lot more opportunities to go and work there. So similarly for German as well, a lot many companies are there. The most popular ones are like BMW, which is BMW, Daimler, Bosch. Technologically, they are very advanced. It's not that they won't hire people who are not into science and technology. People need to talk with people. A lot of business talks goes into it. A lot of cultural exchange goes into it. So people usually prefer somebody who has the knowledge of the native culture, who has the knowledge of the native language. So foreign languages in prospects is going more and more. Similarly, if I talk about Japanese, I said that it is the most paid language um, in India because the difficulty language. And then the another popular languages people to not learn very often, but um, would take a lot of advantages from if that go proper is Arabic. Arabic language is one of the languages which you can utilize if you want to work or settle down in UAE, Dubai, or Qatar or Bahrain. A lot of Indian diaspora is based there, and a lot of people from India go and settle down in Dubai, or go and try to work in Dubai, or even look for studying options in Dubai. And it's easy to say that people obviously in those companies pay a lot more if you have the knowledge of the native language. And I have many acquaintances who have missed on opportunities just because they did not know the native language. Similarly, if you want to apply for not just MNCs but even government embassies, or per se big NGOs like UN or World Bank, they look for a second language, second foreign language per se. For example, World Bank prefers you have at least either French, or Spanish, or Portuguese as a second foreign language, and you're given an edge. And obviously, if you know more than two, then that's always a plus point. um, then Italian is also one of those languages, and in if you have to work in the European Union on the European front, French and German dominate after English, of course. And if you want to work in United States, Spanish is the sought after language. Also, Canada also has French as the option, but United States of America and South America would both Spanish would do good in both of these continents if you want to learn. Portuguese coming second there. Then, if you want to know the sources where you can learn from these languages, you can note them down that a few of the most important German Languages Institute in Delhi itself are Max Muller Bhavan, also called as Goethe Bhavan, Language Pantheon, and there's German language school, German language center, German language circle in Lingua. These are the most sought after German learning institutes in Delhi, which will give you an enhanced way of how to communicate, how to speak, and they will be after your case unless and until you learn to speak it properly. And you cannot just learn it 1 year and then leave it and think that you will have the fruits of you can enjoy the fruits of the foreign language. You can't. You need to have at least 3 years, which is B2 level. It goes from A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2, which is the highest level. So you need to have at least B2 level or expertise to actually use it somewhere. And even if you want to learn it part-time, as I mentioned, DU provides part-time courses in almost all foreign languages. So there you could get certificate diploma, advanced diploma, which equates to BA in any language, and you can directly advance into MA in that language afterwards, depending on your interest, of course. So yeah, if we talk about French, then French has the World Language Center, ILSC, and Jawaharlal Nehru Academy. Jawaharlal Nehru Academy has a lot many foreign languages, and there's European Institute of Foreign Languages, which is also important to note down. Then, if you talk about Eastern languages, again, DU has almost all of those for part-time courses, and for Korean and Mandarin, Japanese, DU is the best. Otherwise, JNU, Jamia Millia Islamia, they all give certificate courses and such. So we've talked about how languages are important, foreign languages are important, but it is important to know which direction you want to take. You want to take it academically, just to learn, and or just to study abroad, because obviously if you're learning a foreign language, at least even 3 years till graduation, first year, second year, third year, you are qualified enough to apply anywhere abroad with us. As I said, B2 level gets completed in 3 years if you're talking about DU, and much less if you're talking about Goethe Institute and such. So it depends whether you want to learn a foreign language for advancement of your studies or advancement of your career. Of course, if you're learning it, that your career will have advantages from it. And also, um it's easier for immigration if you want to settle down in any other country later on in your life, or also for studying purposes, as I mentioned. You can, in fact, foreign languages are not limited to just learning it for the sake of advancement of studies, or um, just as a job opportunity, but also as as I already mentioned, a social exercise, a connection to people. So it's basically you which language you have to choose according to which aspect, which field you are taking. If it is completely you have to go into the languages section, then obviously you should do BA in it instead of just doing certificate, diploma, advanced diploma. BA would give you a lot more footing in that section, but you will have to give qualifying exam wherever you want to use those degrees. So, in fact, for many other things, as in I've already mentioned, research and such, foreign languages are important. I would like to mention here that if any of you have any questions, because which direction to take this talk or this conversation, I would say not just a session, depends on where your interests lie in foreign languages, or and in fact not just foreign languages. If you have anything you want to ask about research, or you want to ask about sociology, anthropology, psychology, or in fact even music, as extracurricular activities are also important in your college life, unless you want to make it into a career as well, as you can, if you have if you have interest as such in music or in dance, or you can pursue BA music from TU, or BA Indian classical music from DU, or if you want Western music, then those institutes are also available. So it depends on which direction you want to take the talk. You can ask any kind of question you want from any of those fields. I mention it: foreign languages, psychology, anthropology, sociology, music, anything. The floor is open. So please ask so that I can advance in that direction.
Yes, students, please raise your hand if you have any questions. Yes, Hina.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good
I
afternoon.
love I love making cakes. I want to learn cake making and want to set up my own bakery. Which is the best place from where I can learn cake making, and what is its scope?
Okay. Well, to be very honest, I have little to no language, no knowledge about cake making. But if you want to, like, if you want to pursue it in a way that you want to pursue it abroad, because Italy and Spain are famous for their breads and bakery. So if in that direction you have the question, then I can answer, of course. But if you are asking about where to learn baking in Delhi, I would have to disappoint you because I do not know.
Okay.
So is it that you, where you want to settle your bakery, or where is it regarding foreign education, or is it mainly just regarding the baking?
Foreign education.
Okay, then obviously you cannot just, there are many programs, I would say, that many countries provide for students to learn in their country, the language in their country itself. If you apply for baking programs in different countries, they have the option where you can pursue the language of the country, learning native language. In fact, some of the institute of universities provide you free tuition to learn the language, the native language of that country, so that you can settle down and learn more. Because most of these countries, especially if you go to Milan for the baking, Italy, or or Spain, you can learn the language there and there itself. You do not have to learn it here and then go or wait for it. You need to see which opportunities and where you can find those universities, and also look for scholarships which help you provide it. If not scholarships, then obviously your universities will have those programs where they facilitate foreign students and make them learn the language of their land. So yeah, the two countries I've mentioned are best for your baking career.
Okay, thank you.
Next is Meet Chawla.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hello, me.
Ma'am, actually, I am from commerce side. Ma'am, what are the careeristic opportunities while doing a foreign language?
Oh, the career opportunities are immense. Like, be it from commerce side or humanities side, you can always apply in a lot of MNCs. As I mentioned, if you're learning German, a lot of companies I've mentioned, BMW, as in BMW, Mercedes, and Bosch, and such kind of things, companies which have already, headquarters in our country, and then you can help them mediate between two countries, and that gives you an advantage over the normal employees who are just, assimilated there. Uh, Without any foreign language skill, you will get a better package, you will get better opportunities, you will get in fact opportunities to go and work in that country itself. And for French as well, I have sorry, for Korean as well, I have said that there's so many technological companies that you can apply for, MNCs. In MNCs the opportunities are immense if you know foreign language. And for also for business side, I would say, if you're a commerce student, learning Mandarin is a lot advantageous, because currently our country is doing a diplomatic relation meeting with China, and a lot many diplomats, and businessmen are looking for opportunities in India, and a lot many Indian businessmen are looking for opportunities in China. As you know, that a lot of Chinese market has fallen in the last 3 years, and they are looking to coming back, and similarly Indians are looking to go back. So a lot of, as you would say, economy is dependent upon the diplomatic talks, and what better to do than learn the language of those people, and help them mediate, help them facilitate. Also, if you are pursuing your own business, it's even advantageous that you can mix up with those people and talk their language, and do better in your business deals or your prospects, exports, and such. And psychologically, if you know the language of the people you are dealing with, it has been known that they put their defenses down and obviously treat you more friendly, which these normal psychological tactics and social tactics help you in taking your business from 0 to 100 real quick. So it depends which line you want to take regarding this, as in just as a facilitator, as an interpreter, as a business tool. So it would depend on you.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
All right.
Nitika Sani, do you have a question? Nitika
Yes,
Sani,
ma'am. Good
please.
morning. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hi, Nitika.
I want to ask what kind of extracurricular activities our colleges look for.
Okay, first of all, I would like to ask you that do you have any extracurricular activities that you have done in the school up till now?
Yes, ma'am, like debates, drama.
Okay, brilliant. First of all, if you want to take admission on the basis of extracurricular activities, that is also possible, but you have to be brilliant in it. As in music, there is a music quota, there's a sports quota, there's a dance quota, but unfortunately, there is no debate quota, but there are debate societies. And there's a society for basically everything in college. If you're talking about Delhi University, you can thrive in extracurricular activities. In fact, so many students and people go there to study what you say in your particular discipline. For example, if you are taking psychology, or but you're also interested in doing drama, but you get so many opportunities being a part of drama club, being a part of, in fact, dance club or anything, that your whole career line changes later on. So there are a lot many societies that you can join, but that comes after which college that you have taken admission in. IP college, it's not as prevalent. It depends on college to college. In DU, the culture and the culture of non extracurricular activities is very strong. In fact, it is preferred that you do at least one of them. And debate society is obviously one of the most enlightening for youth, as youth of India, the political debates and such takes place. Youth leader, in fact, you can, from depth society, debate society, you can apply for um, youth exchange programs, youth cultures, countries like even Indonesia, Sri Lanka, and as you say, Germany, and a lot many countries. organize youth programs, in fact. So and there are biannually programs in US as well. So getting that exposure in university life is very important, and I would hope that each one of you will join at least one society to broaden your horizon. Until school, you have to, at least until 12th, it is said that you have to keep your whole focus on your academics, but I wouldn't stray you from that. But in university, I would say that broaden your horizon. There's immense competition out there, and you need to have a lot many skills, and extracurricular activities, foreign languages and such are those skills that would strike you apart from most people and give you more and more opportunities.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right.
Next is Sukanya Bhutani.
A very good afternoon, ma'am.
Hi, Sukanya.
Ma'am, I would like to know what is the best job for a psychology student in abroad, except for being a psychologist or a psychiatrist.
First of all, there's a difference between psychologist and psychiatrist. Psychiatrist, you would need to do MBBS, and psychologist is BA psychology, MA psychology. And second, abroad or here, the options are similar. You have to first of all determine which psychology you want to do, because there are different fields: clinical psychology, counseling psychology, and occupational psychology, criminal psychology, family psychology. It depends. They're the immense fields. So if you do not want to be a consultant, you can there for any field, not just psychology. The go-to option is the teaching option, that you become a professor of that subject. And apart from these two, you can help in there are programs such as, if you're not opening your own clinic and such, that organizations which help you assess the whole. It comes under the occupational psychology section, that you get to assess the whole company. You get the tender of the whole company and assess each and every member whether they are mentally healthy or not. Ultimately, the job of a psychologist is to understand human psyche and consult upon it. Other thing is teach upon it. Then there is the option of research. There are a lot of questions in human psychology, a lot of things that we do not understand yet, that we do not that we cannot universalize. We cannot say that this thing is available everywhere, this psyche is available everywhere. There are scales to measure it, but those scales, those psychological scales, are skewed. So the aspect of research is very, very popular in foreign institutes. That's what you can do if you do not want to be a counselor or psychologist in a clinic, or a professor or researcher. You have to do a lot of findings, and for that you can apply for masters in psychology, and bachelor's in psychology, PhD, and then even in fact postdoctorate. Life of a researcher goes on, and you'll have to study forever, to be honest. So that.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, Gurkirat. Gurkirat, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hi, good, Kirit.
So, according to you, which language is most widely used in Canada? Foreign language.
Oh, that would be French, because a lot of places you can go and see that there are French communities settled there. So if you want to learn, in fact, because of a lot of immigration that has happened in the last couple of years, Spanish is used widely as well, because a lot of people from Mexico who could not settle in US have settled in Canada. A lot of people, in fact, refugees have come from US and other parts of South America into Canada to take refuge, or for better opportunities. So Spanish is also growing a lot in that country. French and Spanish mostly. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Next is Ada Goel. Ada Goel. Are you there, Ada Goel? No. Avanshita. Vanshita, Vanshita Bansal, Kanika Sharma. Yes, anybody else who wants to ask anything? Yes, Khushi Chaudhary.
Yes, good afternoon. I would like to
Good afternoon,
ask
Khushi.
that if I fully take up a language like Spanish, what job opportunities will be open for me?
I'm really sorry, your voice got a little disconnected in between. I couldn't understand your question. Could you repeat?
Now is it audible?
It's audible.
I'm saying that if I fully take up a language like Spanish, what job opportunities would be open up for me?
Okay, if you're taking up Spanish per se, one common occupation in our country, if you want to stay in our country, would be obviously as a foreign language interpreter. Foreign policy maker would also be helpful, but for that you would need an extra degree in social work or sociology or policy making such, along with the foreign language. And I would say that um, if you are taking foreign language completely, as in like besides any other degree, um, it would take up a lot of your time, in which you can also pursue other courses along, because learning a language can be done along with another course. But if you are set upon learning the language only as BA, MA, and so on and so forth, then they're obviously there are immense teaching opportunities in foreign language, because a lot many people are going upon it. And you know teaching opportunities are immense. Interpreter opportunities may not be as much. And of course, job opportunities in the foreign embassy. And then I've already mentioned MNCs. They look for facilitators, where not just foreign languages, as in speaking the foreign language is important, but your social skills in that foreign language. If you are completely set upon learning that language in a way, as I've said, bachelor's, master's, and in fact doctorate, you need to learn and assimilate that culture in you as well, that country, the people of that country, how they behave, and everything. From language learning is not just words and such, it's the whole behavior and whole society that you're learning. It's a whole culture you have to assimilate into yourself, which would help you get an advantage in getting hired by different MNCs of these countries, like Spanish USA per se, different Spanish countries, Spanish embassies, if you want to apply into. So you will have an extra edge in that. So yeah, these things, if you want to stay in our country, and if you want to go abroad, then actually they are almost the same. The whole world is right now feeding off capitalism, and for that MNCs are immense anywhere and everywhere. So for Spanish, again, US is the most where you can earn. And if you want to go to and settle in Spain, monetarily, it might not be as beneficial if you were to consider US or Canada option. And then again, I have mentioned World Bank's option. You can go and apply for internship there, and slowly and slowly you can rise up in the ranks and become a permanent employee. The UN also employs people with foreign language and experience. Yeah, these things. And it's not just
Thank
for Spanish, it could be for other languages as well.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Yes, any other question, class? Any other questions? No, then we have to conclude. So, Guncha, it's a very nice session, very interesting and very informative. So, I think that to study abroad is much easier for you if you learn foreign languages. It's for students, as Guncha has suggested. And she has said this is the right time because it takes 5 to 6 years to learn a foreign language to a native level, right, Guncha? So
Yes,
this
ma'am.
is the right time that they should start learning the new language. And those who speak more than two languages are smarter. Very good. And it helps to connect with the global society. and it also helps to improve your social skills and cultural knowledge. So I thank you, Guncha, on behalf of the school, DLDAV Model School, Shalimabad. I extend my most sincere thanks to you to spare time from your busy schedule to enlighten our students. Thank you, Guncha, for very interesting session and clearing the doubts and queries of the students to decide about their career. And students, the recorded version of this session will be available on your school YouTube channel. So please go through that channel. Thank you, Gunja. Thank you once again. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much, ma'am. Thank you for having me here.